I shedding 6 times. What is going on, horror gang and wrestling fans out there? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to our Shot Up 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel with a twist of wrestling. Welcome to our second edition of Monday Night Mayhem, where we decide to cover the latest episode of Monday Night Raw, give some breakdowns, give our opinions on what segments we liked, what segments obviously we didn't care for, what not, give the overall grade on the episode, as well as lead into some type of horror talk eventually after we're done, talking about some wrestling. And as always, I have my partner in crime with me, hunting for entertainment, Bob Hunt. What's going on, Bob? How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing magnificent. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad we're making this weekly now.
Absolutely, for sure. Definitely. Content is always key. You know what I mean? More content is always good, too. It's always good to switch shit up. Especially, and I've said it from the time I've started this YouTube channel. In my opinion, wrestling and horror movies kind of go hand in hand. You know what I mean? And you even see wrestlers showing up at these, at these horror cons and stuff like that. So, I mean, they definitely go hand in hand. And as we talked about backstage, tonight's Raw actually wasn't that bad. It was okay. It was better than some of the previous episodes that we've been getting. We're definitely going to touch on it. First thing I want to touch on is the gold that we have with this Elias, Kevin Owens, and Ezekiel storyline. And I got to give it to them, man. They did a good job. I mean, especially with the beard, the beard. I mean, it made it look like it was his real beard. It looked like it didn't look fake. They did a real good job with that makeup and stuff. And then obviously, having Ezekiel show up on the video was a nice touch, etc. But what even made it better is when Kevin's backstage rambling on, challenging Ezekiel, challenging Elias. Ezekiel just pops up, and it made it so believable, in my opinion. They really did a good job of making it believable. I don't know how quick Elias, how Ezekiel, whatever you want to call him. I don't know how he got out of the Elias shit so fast. Man, he did it quick, and he did a good job. Like, they're doing a good. This is actually, I have to say, in terms of consistency, at least over the last couple months, this might be the best storyline on Raw. What do you think about that, Bob?
It's definitely consistent, and now we might even see possibly him playing another character as well. They did bring up possibly the younger brother of Elrod.
Yeah, right.
Just randomly brought up. But I think that backstage segment, like kind of when Ezekiel showed up, I think that was pre-taped. I think that way he could kind of...
Okay, got you. You know what? I didn't think about that. Yeah, that definitely could have been pre-taped. Man, especially if they did pre-tape that really worked well. You know what I mean? It really worked well because, like I said, you had Elias in the ring. You had Elias and Kevin in the ring. Then Kevin goes to the back. You know what I mean? We think, obviously, the interview is from literally right after, the events. But if they pre-tape that's smart planning.
Yeah,
that's good work.
Because that'd be too much for him to change quickly and all that.
Yeah, that would be. That makes more sense. And I didn't think about that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's good shit. You know what I mean? It's stuff like this that they should be doing more often. Like, in terms of, like, how they're going about this storyline, how they're planning it. Like, this is the type of shit they should be doing more often, and they don't. And I wish they would. I hope that, they start to. I feel like, to these writers who are writing the show back there, well, look at what you're doing with this and follow this blueprint.
Yeah, but there's one problem wrong with that. At the end of the day, it's not the writers that falls on it. It's that Vince approves everything. And we know from past experiences, they've scrapped shows 5 minutes right before they were supposed to go live and kind of just threw it at the wall.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, but, I mean, the writers that are involved, at least in most of it, you know what I mean? Like, this is a type of shit that you should be wanting to do. This is how you learn storytelling in the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you learn. You know what I mean? A lot of these writers are just like, we talked about it before, TV writers. not that great. They're not professional wrestling or even sports entertainment writers. This is actually some good stuff. Whoever Vince, obviously Kevin Owens and Ezekiel Elias has a big part in this, and obviously Vince, but whoever else is also involved, writing team wise, I mean, good stuff. I can get down with this. This is good stuff. I'm entertained. I want to see what's going to happen next week. I want to see what's going to happen at SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a match at SummerSlam. You know,
Yeah,
definitely interesting to see where this is going to keep going. How far this is going to keep going, I should say.
I mean, you never know. They might have him don the Elias thing, and there might be a match at Money in the Bank. Even.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would like that, especially because it would make sense if you were to let him don the Elias, gear and stuff like that, because it is SummerSlam. It is your biggest event of the year. Not only can you capitalize on him wrestling, you can capitalize on him, doing a quick concert real quick, just for nostalgia feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see where this is gonna lead to, how this is gonna culminate. You know what I mean? All parties are doing a great job. I will say that. Excuse me. How did you feel about how do you feel about this whole women's thing? I like the storyline between Becky and Asuka.
Yeah, and it's also showing that Becky can't get the run of luck she needs, keeps losing. Now she's slowly going into insanity.
Yeah,
Just
you
week
see
by
that.
week.
What I like about it is you're starting to see that in her appearance too. She's got half her head shaved now, like basically.
Yep.
And stuff like you're starting to see that. And I think that's really good character development. I love what Asuka's doing. I thought that when Asuka came back, they were going to turn her heel, but I'm not minding this baby face run that she's on. I like it. You know what I mean? She's being a pest to Becky Lynch, and I like that. You know what I mean? It's fun, it's interesting, and stuff. While you're also still getting fresh around that by having these girls do that. I guess Battle Royal, whatever the fuck they were doing, that tournament or whatever and stuff. Or I guess the qualifying matches at Money in the Bank. So now you have that to look forward to and stuff. They're doing a good job with, building a storyline, or doing a good job of building all the women's storyline leading up to Money in the Bank. I really do like this angle with Becky and Asuka. I think that obviously neither one of them are going to win the title anytime soon. And I would assume that they have I want to say, if not a super long segment, they're going to at least have a nice 1 and 2 month rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've been going at it good for a good few weeks here, and it's been good stuff.
I mean, you never know. Asuka or even Becky could win it, and it could end up where winner takes the briefcase or something, which we've seen a few times before.
That is true.
It's possible one of the two could do that.
Right? And it's so funny because when Becky left, it's so funny how this is playing out, because when Becky left because she was pregnant, she gave the briefcase to Asuka and it had the belt in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is interesting stuff. It's fun. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. And I like what Becky's doing in terms of adding, this like layers to her character in terms of her appearance, how she's breaking down without the title.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So obviously we gotta, at least from what I saw, we gotta, what was it, a quick little, they just showed a quick package of what Judgment Day did or whatnot to Edge and stuff like that. Guest gave a quick update on that. Let me ask you something. At least unless I missed it, because I did miss a good couple minutes. I want to say at least 30 minutes of the show or whatever and stuff, because I had to step out for a second. So maybe that's why I missed or whatever. And I try to, look it up here to see if I did miss anything on the highlights or whatnot. But did they have Judgment Day come out?
Not from when I was able to tune in, because I kind of had to step out before it started, so I missed a solid hour, and I didn't see anything from 9 to 11. They did mention Judgment Day with the AJ Styles and Miz thing to try to get a reaction out of AJ, though. Okay. So they still kind of had a little reference in there.
Okay. Well, all right. So let me ask you this. Do you think that they're already hurting this new alliance with Finn Balor by keeping them off of TV the last 2 weeks?
Yes and no. I think if we're going to still have the story with Edge, it's not going to hurt them. Well, at least the male side as much. Because Edge is out with the injury, and that's the main target right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have incorporated AJ Styles in there now, too, because the whole reason that he acquired Finn for the thing was because, he had to go against Judgment Day.
Right.
Old Bullet Club buddies, the club. Which
Right.
then we have Finn turn, but they're not making anything out of that. So it's like they're focused more with Edge. And let's face it, Edge could storyline wise be out with a concussion, and that can take a couple weeks to heal from.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like, especially when you made this turn, like there's something that you saw that for some reason, I mean, obviously outside Cody getting injured and turning Edge baby's face because of, his star power, I feel like you saw something there. And I get it, Edge is the main target, but I still would want to see them on TV doing something, beating up people, doing something. Like, you got to get the groundswell running on this group. You know what I mean? That's what Edge did so well. Even if they wasn't like beating people up, you had segments in the back. They were cutting promos. Things were looking good. Ever since Finn took over, you don't see the promos. You don't see anything. And I think that's concerning, especially when you're trying to push this group, you know what I mean, as this new direction with Finn Balor. Like, I just feel like at least last week, give us a promo, and then maybe this week you just randomly beat somebody up or something. I get Edge as the target. I just wish that, they would keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like if they come back next week and even if Edge is the main target, some of that momentum they had from that shock turn, because that was a shock turn. You know what I mean? Some of the momentum they garnered from that is kind of like, well, now what? Because like we haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks.
I disagree. How can I miss you if you don't go away?
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, they're relatively new now because it's not, with Edge anymore. And
yes, but you have to think they have to build the Money in the Bank. I doubt that they're going to be in that itself. So the majority of the matches are going to lead up to the ladder matches themselves right now.
Yeah, but I just feel like with what they were doing with Edge was the proper way, because you were building it up and you were building it up. You know what I mean? And with Finn now, it's like, okay, we got them beating Edge up, but then what?
But also we don't know if there's any actual injury with them after what happened at the pay-per-view. One of them could have legitimately been hurt or something.
Yeah, but even if one of them is hurt, like, you got to have one or two of them come out. You got to keep that momentum going. I mean, like, I just feel like they're making a mistake.
But then again, you have to look at what NXT did too, though. Back in the day, you wouldn't see people for 3 weeks after you saw one thing there. So you can't. Sometimes it doesn't kill it. Let's see what's going to happen first.
Yeah, but see, the difference with NXT's audience compared to WWE's audience is that, I mean, let's face it, especially now, NXT's a much smaller audience. You're going on live television in these big arenas and also on multiple platforms on live television. Like, I mean, especially like with something that shocking, like, I just feel like you got to keep the momentum going. You had to do something in these last 2 weeks to, okay, these guys, like with Finn, they mean business. You know what I mean? I wanted to see what was the allure of them going to Finn and turning over on Edge. I mean, maybe we'll get that in the end as a payoff, and I hope we do. I just feel like at least, I mean, these last 2 weeks, they could have did something with them.
But then also on the other side of the coin, Vince wanted to go supernatural. For all we know, they didn't have the story to put together. He could have just said, "Oh, we want this," and now he's regretting it because there's no story to tell.
Yeah, that's true. And if that's the case, well, then he just fucked up a really good idea. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I don't think they should have made the turn anyway. You know what I mean? I think that was a stupid decision. I mean, and now that you have Finn as the leader, I just wish they would have did something at least one of these last 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like I said, I get, Edge is a target and stuff, but if you're supposed to be like this new monster heel group, see, this is what I respected about the Shield. Every week they was coming out doing something. They was beating up on somebody. They was doing a promo in the back. You know what I mean? Like that's when they first came and stuff, like when they were introduced to the main roster. You know what I mean? Their buildup was so well coordinated, so well done. I would like to see when we get factions like this, because we don't get factions like this anymore, like we used to. You know what I mean? I would just like to kind of see them somewhat follow in that footstep, especially when they're new. Like they did it well with Edge. Look, every week, like I said, even if we wasn't getting somebody beat up, you had them good promos in the back, and it was leading to something. Like I really wish they wouldn't have pulled that trigger, because I liked Edge's version. I feel like Edge's version, it just had something special that you felt to it, and now it's like we're not going to get that. Like that could have been something really, really special. I'm not saying Finn can't make it his own, because I like Finn Balor, but man, Edge, man, he had that thing. He had that thing cooking real good, man. He did. Like
yes, but at the end of the day, what banner are they under? Even if Vince gives you full control, he can pull the plug on you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, we know that. You know what I mean? It just sucks that it's like that, because as wrestling fans, when you see something special, or something that at least could be special, and then in that moment it's just like pried away from you. It's like, wait, what are you doing? So hopefully they turn it around though. You know what I mean? Hopefully they turn it into something to where we can be like, okay, maybe this is what's better for this group other than what Edge had in mind. We'll see. You know what I mean?
And plus we also don't know. Maybe they are out there having to film vignettes too. We don't know what their main plan are with these guys right now. They could be doing something special. You really don't know.
Yeah, but I just
the Attitude Era had times where guys in big factions that would start off went vanishing for a couple weeks too, though.
Yeah, but not when they started off.
Yeah, there were a few times when they started off.
Name them. Who? Because I can't remember.
Think about it. Because you had your Sunday Night Heats. You'd see certain people go on there, then they would mysteriously not be a team for a while.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of like them showcasing them like really like as something like on Raw, on like their featured program. Like, yeah, Sunday Night Heat, yeah, we would always get that, because that was one of their throwaway shows. I'm talking about like on Monday Night Raw or on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I can't remember where they brought in, unless they wasn't serious about it, unless we knew they were like a jobber group. I can't remember a group that you knew they were serious about, that they brought on, for a good couple months, consistently giving you content, whether it was promos or beating people up, and then they made a switch, and then you don't see that group for a couple weeks. And I can't recall a time. I don't. Like, and just me personally, especially with the switch, I feel like it at least would have served them right. I get it. They might be planning something and doing promos and vignettes. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we've seen them whip up something faster, within a day's time. Like you have time to do that, to do recordings and vignettes. You know what I mean? Like, so, maybe
not with him being investigated, not with Vince getting that whole investigation crap underway. And if it's his project and he wants to do it, it's now on hold because of that.
Yeah, but this just came out this past week. That doesn't.
It came out this past week. Who's to say it wasn't behind the scenes before that and we just got breaking news?
Yeah, but my thing is this: is like Austin Theory's his project. He's still getting TV time.
Yeah, but you notice Vince hasn't been with him.
Yeah, but that's still Vince's guy, and we know that. You know what I mean? Like, and he's still getting the TV time.
Yeah, but see, the thing I'm saying is,
if this, and I think we can agree, then now this might be Vince's project because he took it away from Edge. But initially, this wasn't Vince's project. You know what I mean? So
actually, it was supposed to be his project. He did give Edge the green light, but he wanted to do it his way, and Edge didn't want to do it that way, and that's what led to the breakup.
Well, yeah, plus Cody getting injured. I will say this. I feel like if Cody doesn't get injured, this stuff doesn't happen.
No, it still would have happened.
You think so?
It was announced before Cody was even announced injured that Vince wanted to go the supernatural route with Judgment Day.
I'd have to look at that because I didn't see that. I didn't see that until after that they turned on Edge when they did the shock pull.
That was way before that. Because
I didn't hear any rumors on that or anything.
How did you know? Because I was telling you backstage about it.
I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember. That's why it was so shocking to me when they pulled that move or whatever, and then everything came out over the day's time. Like, Edge was unhappy with what Vince basically came to him last minute with wanting to change plans for the group or whatever and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't remember anything coming out before that. But that's a dumb move. And I think that keeping them off of TV for 2 weeks, especially when now they're under the guidance of a new leader, I don't agree with it. If this is me personally, if I'm gonna make that move and stuff, and hey, if they're supposed to be supernatural, right? Well, what the hell is planning? They should be able to show up whenever the hell we need them to. You know what I mean? Simple and plain. They should be able to prep them ready to go. Look at the Undertaker. You know what I mean? There was no need for planning that. That guy knew how to work, his angle. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but see, that's a different case. He does. For all we know, Rhea Ripley might not be able to, and they have to literally go back and try to get her prepped for it.
I don't think so, because I think she was doing well with Edge. I thought that the direction they were going.
Yes, but see, that's the thing. That wasn't supernatural. They're going to
Damian Priest. I thought that dark character, that was great.
Again, but you're proving my point. That wasn't supernatural. See, you're proving my point. You're saying no, but you just proved my point. That wasn't supposed to be supernatural. She might not be able to tune into that supernatural. They have to fucking train her to get into that mode.
I mean, but really, how much training really do you need when she's already that dark kind of character? Like, I mean, I feel like when you're already, start dipping into that dark side of the character, there's no, how hard is it for you to get supernatural? You know what I mean? They kind of already did get supernatural with her by following to the light, to the purple light. That's kind of supernatural.
Yes, but her promos and her look, they might have to do something. We see, just because one thing works, she might have to undergo different changes.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
and also, if you want to get technical, it did take Kane about 6 months before he came out as Kane to get ready, because he had to learn all the Undertaker mannerisms and that to imitate Taker.
I mean, yeah. I guess I can see that, but at the same time, Kane, he was on screen as a completely different character. It's not like they introduced him as Kane and then did what they're doing with them. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but they did introduce Undertaker as Kane for 2 matches.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember they said that too. Yep. And that's where he came up with the name for Glenn Jacobs. That's where he passed that on. But hopefully they do something with them next week. Or I just don't want them to wait all the way to the fucking pay-per-view to do something with Edge. Like, I feel like it would just take so much stink off of it. Unless they got something. And I'll say this.
What if they're trying to get Gangrel? Wait, what if they're trying to get Gangrel signed?
I thought he would. No, that's right. He only signed a one event deal with AEW. Am I correct?
A couple. I think he appeared on
but it was only a couple events. It's not like a long-term contract. I mean, I would be down for that. I wish they would have went and would get Christian, because he's heel now.
Yeah, but he's signed full time with AEW.
Yeah, I know.
That one will be a little. I know that everyone says that like AEW would let.
I don't think he would ever go back to wrestle in WWE, because when he did, they fucked him over when he came back from TNA the last time.
Yeah.
Just hit the chats. We got some people here in the chats. Hey, what's going on, Dino, man? Wish you could have just stopped in tonight. Hey, buddy, if even if it's for 10 minutes, you know what I mean? If you get off on work, and we're still on, you got the link. Hop in, buddy.
And you can always, if we're not on, you can always try the link anyway and see if we're backstage talking.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Because we do
What's
have
up, Jackie?
Because we are planning something for, what was it, Wednesday, you said?
Wednesday.
The watch party thing for Hatchet?
Yes.
I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Jackie says, depending on the time zone, I might be a little late, but happy birthday. Hope you had a great day. No, you're not late or whatever. It's still Monday night. So you're not late, Jackie. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I did have a good day. I was chilling, doing a lot of live streams. Did my usual Shoot At Me Monday live stream. I went for an hour and 20 minutes with Craven before he went on the Lethal Collective. And now I'm here. So, chill day, kind of normal, but hey. I mean, I'm not complaining. I get to do what I love doing the most.
No, the only thing I have to complain about is I couldn't give you a rusty fish hook earlier.
Oh, no, we don't don't want to do all that, man. Come on, man. I don't want that. I'm not about that life, buddy.
You might not be, but after some of them comments, you both lucky I didn't give you no rusty fish hooks.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you were busy with the chat, but I even went full fiend. I just was like, let me in.
Yo, me and Craven were talking about that. I said, he's going to kill me later, right? He was like, man, he's probably doing it in the chats right now. That shit was good. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff for sure, man. All right. So, I mean, well, it was announced, obviously on Raw that we got a last man standing match at SummerSlam between Brock and Roman. Before we move out on to anything else on Raw, I want to get your opinion on that one because it has potential, but I don't know.
Again, Brock versus Roman. Can we get fucking original, please?
Right? Well, my thing is this. If you're going to do this a last man standing match, can you at least let it be a true ass kicking match? You don't have to go overboard on the weapons. Give us something. Let them go around, backstage and, in the crowd and, beat each other up real good, man. If this is going to be a last standing match, this has to be done like a last standing match. You got to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but I'm so sick of these two. I went through it all 2017, 2018, part of 2019. I don't want to see no more Brock and Roman. And we know Roman's gonna win it.
Yeah, I don't neither. But this is the best Vince has to offer. I hate to say it. This is obviously the best he has to offer because he doesn't know how to push new talent. I mean,
actually, no, it's not. You could have used Xavier Woods in this. You could have pushed him a little bit.
We know this, Bob. He don't push nobody. You don't
have to. Woods is over automatically. People would die for Woods to have a chance, and we know Roman would still win anyway. But you'd be putting someone new against Roman. He hasn't destroyed, technically, Xavier yet. And we know Big E now is doing better. It could lead to something for Roman and Big E at Survivor Series. If Big E could return.
It took, honestly, the fans to basically scream and beg and plead for him to do it with Kofi.
No, they didn't. Because that was supposed to be Ali.
But basically because of that performance that Kofi put out, that not only won Vince over, that fan reaction, that's what did it. You know what I mean? And you know this though, Vince, he likes his money makers, man. And it's not that, Xavier ain't a money maker, but in Vince's eyes, he's not. And Vince is just very fucking picky about who he fucking pushes. And we know this. This is just who he always has been, no matter what the fans say.
Also, at this point, nothing will be confirmed. What if Vince is gone by then?
Oh, I'm telling you, Bob, Listen, you realize, you seen him earlier, right? Did you see when he came out?
Yeah, the stupid fans pissed me off, quite frankly,
Listen,
on SmackDown and fucking Raw. But I'm going to digress on that one.
Bob, listen, he knows. Time's ticking. This is why he's doing all these even more public appearances now. He knows, listen, it's about how we talked about it. He knows what comes from this. He knows they're going to fucking dig. This is why he's doing all this extra, trying to get his face out there. This is honestly, I'm starting to believe, unless he's going to fight like hell and somehow pull it off like he did with the federal government.
Which I'm sorry, I don't think he has the energy anymore.
I don't. I honestly think this is the Vince McMahon last hurrah tour. Like, I do. I'm starting to believe that. Like, I seen him come out earlier, and I'm just like, okay, what are you doing out here again? Oh, I get what you're doing. Now you're trying to announce that John Cena's coming back when we already knew John Cena was coming back a month ago.
You know what I mean? Actually, we knew 2 months ago, if you want to be technical.
Basically, yeah. But like really when they start promoting it like on USA and shit, you know what I mean? Like, we already knew this. We didn't need you to come out and say, oh yeah, I have an announcement. John Cena will return on Monday Night Raw.
You know, part of me was, when I heard John, part of me was like, oh God, he's going to say John Laurinaitis is returning. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I heard John in the back of my mind. Oh God, he's going to have Laurinaitis come out here. He's going to have a hoorah too.
Oh, if he did, Vince better make him come out in that fucking people power scooter.
Imagine if they made him come out on a skateboard like his old gimmick, Johnny Ace. Oh. I mean, I know we all love the scooter, but just imagine like a fucking old man coming out on a skateboard.
Oh man. Oh, that would be too rich. In all honesty, that would be a ratings getter right there. If Vince knew it was good for him, he'd put that together. He'd put that together. I'm not surprised that he's doing this. I just think honestly he knows what's about to come, and he's saying goodbye. I genuinely believe that. I mean, like, I'm starting to get those vibes.
Hey, Dino, I wouldn't doubt it, but also, well, I know it's a different landscape, but also, you never know. I mean, look what, and look, I'm not accusing anybody, but look at Pat Patterson. He did stay, and that, mind you, that was already at the tail end, it was already publicly traded. So anybody that knew their info with the old things could have gone digging, and they didn't.
That's true.
And besides, they might not even go after him. It might all end up on Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's the big fish.
Because he's the one that's paying the money. We haven't heard Laurinaitis paid money to keep it silent.
Yeah,
we've only heard Vince.
Vince is the big fish here. They're going after the big guy. They're going after the guy who's worth $2.4 billion. Johnny Ace is just a minnow in a pond. That's all he is.
I mean, do I think he's guilty? Yes, but when you look at courts normally go after the big people, and even the one that is going through it normally, well, he's got nothing now. Let's go after him. He's got them billions upon billions in his bank.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. With Johnny Ace right now, in all honesty, is collateral damage. Because, if they really want to dig into some other shit, they'll use Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace will be the informant. You know what I mean? Give us everything we know, Johnny. We'll give you a deal. And Johnny will happily oblige. No problem. I will turn over everything I know about Vince. I will tell you guys everything. Just please give me a great deal. Don't let me go to jail, please. People power. People power.
Yeah, I would love to be a freaking detective, saying I want all the info just to hear him say it like that. I would love to be I'd record that shit and post it online.
Fucking Johnny Ace in that voice, man. Oh man, that voice has always got me, man. Every time. Oh man, fucking Johnny Ace, people power. Oh man, But yeah, this is his. I think this is Vince's goodbye tour. I think he realizes that he's not in his obviously his 40s or 30s anymore to where he can fight this shit on a full-time basis. And I think he's like, you know what? I'm worth $2.4 billion. I'm set. I don't really need to keep doing this. I do it because I, love control and I love to keep doing it. You know what I mean? This could be the end of an era.
Now that end of an era died a long time ago.
I know, but like,
I'm sorry.
This could be the end, I should say, of the McMahon era, because even though Stephanie is, interim, we don't know if she wants to keep the company. If something were to happen to where Vince is out of it completely,
it could be, but I don't see them giving it to Nick Khan. I don't see her doing that at all.
Oh God, oh Jesus!
I think she has common sense not to give that idiot any power. Take all the power away from that moron. He's firing everybody that's fucking good that will draw money.
Yep. I mean, unless they just decide to say fucking and wash their hands completely and give the ultimate slap in the face to Vince, maybe. I mean, that's what they would do in order, for that to happen. I mean, because you just can't give the company to this guy. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I mean, like, he has no clue. He is another one of those guys who is a paradeless ass kisser who just does what Vince tells him. He doesn't know anything about professional wrestling. He's just a guy.
Hey, you know what would be funny? Imagine if fucking Stephanie and Triple H were able to fucking convince Corny to take over.
Convince who?
Corny. Imagine if Jim Cornette came back and took over the
Well, I will say this. More than half the fucking wrestlers on the roster now are gone.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that also equals Kofi and fucking Woods. Okay, maybe not Kofi, but I do think he would get rid of Woods.
I think even though he can't stand the video game playing, I think he would work with Woods because he knows Woods is a really good worker. And Jim, if we know Jim, he loves good workers. Even if he doesn't like the gimmick all that well, he will give you credit for your work. And Xavier can work, man. Like,
not just that, I think if you did get rid of Woods, yeah, the core fan base is going to be gone. Even me, because I'm sorry. You get rid of him, I'm just going to watch up, down, down. Fuck you.
Right? Yeah, Woods is a shit, man. I've been following Woods since he was Consequences Creed in TNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's always been good, in my opinion, and stuff. Like, when they were doing the King of the Ring thing, I thought that he was going to get a Kofi-like push at some point. You know what I mean? And I hope he does. I hope he does get that at some point. I do.
If he does, you better bring Breeze back, and Breeze beats him for that title, and unifies and he unifies the left right championship with the Universal or SmackDown title.
I wouldn't be against that. That's another talent that they fucking squandered. I mean, like,
Fandango as well.
I like Tyler Breeze.
I thought he was a good worker. Same with Fandango. I thought he was a fantastic worker. I don't care what anybody's got to say on that. I thought he was great.
Who else was good too? And he kind of ruined himself, I guess, with that gimmick he decided to do in TNA. But when he was Damian Sandow in WWE, he was good. Like Damian Sandow, you remember him?
Yeah. He's never going to. He's never coming back. He's never coming back. Yeah, but no, he's never going to come back because until Vince is gone. He technically got over just being Mrs. Lackey and imitating him. And Vince did not like that shit.
Yep. But he still made the gimmick work, and he got it over.
Yeah, which pissed Vince off even more.
Right?
Miz loved it, but...
Hell yeah, man. Because Vince, unless it's something Vince can approve of in his own fucking head, he just can't see real talent, man. And
No, but I did love his work over in WCPW.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
did see some of his
even though he
clips.
only had like 2 matches and a couple promos.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes I love just sitting here in the house, you know what I mean? Just turning on to YouTube and looking up some of those indie wrestling matches and stuff like that. Like, those are some of the best matches.
Yeah,
I mean, because, I feel like there's some of the best matches because those guys they're not getting paid what, obviously the big guys are getting paid. So, like, it's kind of like they have nothing. It's like they have nothing to lose. Like, they have
yep,
nothing to lose and everything to gain.
yep.
And I feel like that brings out the best in a professional wrestler and a performer in itself.
Definitely.
Oh man. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so the rest of Raw. So overall, what do you grade the show in general? I'm gonna give it a solid B. I liked it. I thought it was a good show, man.
I give
What,
it a
what do you
B.
think about Seth Rollins starting a program with Riddle?
I think that was an interesting choice, which then you can make a case. What if Rollins goes into Money in the Bank?
Bro, either way, I want to see that match.
Oh, definitely. But
I
for
want to
me,
see
I'd
that.
have to say a B minus.
I can go with that. I mean, I'm gonna stay up to B, but I can go with that. You know what I mean? But I really think that Seth Rollins and Riddle has some potential, man. Like that has some potential. Now I'll ask you this, because especially after the performance that he had against um Roman on Friday, do you think if they do have a match against each other, do you think that WWE should put Riddle over? But if you do that, Seth hasn't really been winning matches. You know what I mean? So,
Well, hear me out. I think this is what's going to happen. Riddle will still get over just by his performance in that match. Look at Roman; he didn't win, and he was over.
oh
I,
man, that
I,
was
I
fucking
think we're going to
incredible.
have Rollins end up winning Money in the Bank. And look, I know everybody wants Cody to win the Rumble and that, but there's a chance he's going to be out longer than the Rumble. So what you should do is still go with the concept me and you came up with, the 2 night. Actually, you don't even have to do the 2 nights. Here's how you could even walk off. You have Seth win it again. Now, granted, this will be like a whole Shield recap thing, but he ends up winning Money in the Bank. WrestleMania, after Roman Reigns fucking beats The Rock, he fucking jumps in, sends Roman off to Hollywood. Then when Cody comes back, that rivalry actually has meaning again
Yeah,
because he wants that title.
yeah,
That's how I would go around it.
that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know what I mean? I just feel like I feel like if they I feel like that Seth would have to win against Riddle because he has, because he did lose all those 3 matches with Cody and he hasn't been winning consistently. So I agree with you that they don't have to have Riddle win in order for him to still be over, because he's so good that just his matches alone and the energy that he creates in these matches is getting him over.
And
Like,
plus, now if you want to have Orton turn when he comes back, you can
yes,
make a case with Riddle losing. Now Orton's pissed the hell off. Yo, we were winning great when I was with you. All of a sudden, you fucking fall off. I'm the one who's been carrying your fucking ass, kid.
do you think we could get that program for WrestleMania?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely see that for WrestleMania.
yeah, man, that would be nice. That would be a nice WrestleMania match. Riddle versus Orton. Yeah, I think we're on to something here, buddy. I do. I think especially if Riddle and Rollins have that program, especially if Rhodes is out past Royal Rumble. Yeah, that would make sense because then Cody obviously, once he's back, he can re-challenge if Seth were to, have the belt. Let's just say if we don't know how these titles are going to shape up, in the aftermath of Roman, what's going to happen with him.
I
You know
think
what I
they
mean?
need to split them up personally and get back to having one on each brand because it's kind of killing Raw personally.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I wish it would just. I mean, I wish it would just go back to the old school where all the wrestlers were on each show. I miss that.
Yes and no. I think with the current, then you're going to be missing a lot of talent. Then that could even screw over Judgment Day.
Well, I'll say this: if they would have had all the talent that they released, then that could have worked. Because they have a big fucking roster, and for so many years while they had that big roster, with all the fucking talent that they had buried for no reason that they could have built up, I was just like, damn, why don't because on each brand they was wrestling the same wrestlers. So I was like, damn, if you would just mix these fucking brands together with all these wrestlers, what WWE had like 60, 70 wrestlers at one time? You know what I mean? Like before AEW came, like I feel like if they would have went back to it even a little bit then, that could have worked because of how many wrestlers they had on their roster. You know what I mean? And that would have allowed for fresh matchups and some of these guys that they had buried, that we might have seen had some talent that could have, gave them some shine on them.
Yeah, but then also you still run into the same issue though, because now then other people are going to be lost in the shuffle. Because mind you, they were well over 70. They had about 80, so you're still looking at a couple matches. And you know how they book this. It's usually the same match every night. I mean, look back when they had the whole
Well, yeah, but that's why.
brand split.
What was the reason why the Attitude Era even worked so well when they started incorporating talent? Is because they knew how to shuffle. They knew how to get in and out of storylines. You know what I
That's
mean?
why SmackDown was crucial because that's what started the brand split. And you could do that. If you don't have that brand split, which you do have now, which is just not being booked well because of senile old man Vince. But they need that brand split. Now, the championship could work if you do go back to the whole Attitude, Ruthless Aggression, where the champion goes on one brand for that specific month up to the pay-per-view. But that makes it hard for the whole championship not being on the fucking one brand. It does make that a little hard.
Man. Like, I personally, I mean, I like the way AEW does it. One champion, that's it. I don't want two champions. You know what I mean? I want one face, one name. Or if you're gonna have the brand split, have the champion be on both shows. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of having two champions. To me, it's just so confused. It's not confusing because you know who Vince's top guy is, but to me, it just delegitimizes it a little bit. I just want one champion. That's why I was glad when they decided let's unify the belts. Cool. Let's have an undisputed champion. We need that. One champion, that's it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna have the brand split, still have your champion go on both shows. You should be doing that anyway, considering that you're making a fuck ton more money than Triple H, Austin, and all them were making back then. And I'm talking about upfront wise in terms of contract signing. Because these guys are getting what now? Like anywhere between almost 4 to 7 mil a year.
Yeah, but also if you go back, if you take the contracts from them back then, it actually equals more than what the guys of today would have been making because of inflation.
Yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? I guess.
See, that's something people don't realize.
I feel like there's more upfront money now than there was in the day. Like, I feel
because it's established at this point.
Yeah, and I feel like back in the day, a lot of money, that The Rock and Stone Cold, a lot of them made was off merch and off tickets and pay-per-view buys and all that shit. You know what I mean? Not saying they weren't getting paid good upfront money. You know what I mean? I just don't think the upfront money, like the initial just upfront, you know what I mean? Not the back end. I don't think it's looking like it is today because
Yeah, because of inflation. And plus, also, everybody, look, and this isn't to slight everybody who loves the Attitude Era, but everybody claims that was the real golden era of wrestling. If you go off TV ratings, no, it wasn't. The Hulk Hogan era was the best on TV ratings.
Oh, no,
the Attitude Era did dip, actually.
No, it did, because the reason why it dipped, because a lot of people didn't like that brand of wrestling. They didn't like how wrestling turned into what it turned into. You know, a lot of wrestling did lose a lot of fans in that era. A lot of traditionalist fans, a lot of fans who were used to it being a fun family sporting event, because they did start to get vulgar and they did start to get sexual innuendo-ish and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can definitely say the 70s, 80s, and stuff. And plus, in my opinion, it was the golden era because you had so many different territories to watch. You didn't just have one territory for so long, or two or three. You know what I mean? You had what? NWA, AWA, fucking the original ECW, Eastern Championship Wrestling. You had WCW, you had WWF, you had Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Like,
actually, Smokey came out in the 90s. That was the last really
big. Okay.
Because remember, that was after Cornette left all those.
Even then, like, they still had, like, even in the early 90s, before Vince fucking cleared them all out, they had all these territories. You know what I mean? And shit, like, man, they had so many fucking territories. It was deep. Even Ric Flair said that shit back in the day. He said, man, when we was on the TBS Superstation, the roster was deep and it was good. Like, that was a good roster they had back in the day. Like, they had everybody.
Yeah, especially William Regal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody can hate me for saying that, but he was the most underrated in all of wrestling.
It's funny because who asked me that? Conrad did earlier. And it's not that I don't agree with that. I could even make the case Lance Storm, too. He's another one.
No, Lance Storm wasn't underrated by the fans. He was underrated by the fucking company of WWE.
Yeah.
The fans knew him.
Definitely. We knew what type of fucking worker
I'm talking William Regal back in the day, man. He really was underutilized even by the fans.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because he wasn't really that much appreciated because he was such a technician. But they didn't even really appreciate him for his microphone skills neither, and he's good on the mic.
Well, later on he got better. I mean, his time in WCW, I'll admit, his mic skills were kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, he was okay, but he did get better. Everybody, if it seems like guys like Stone Cold, like technicians, like Stone Cold, like Regal, who left WCW, their mic skills got better when they left.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but yeah, man, like, definitely, it definitely was a good episode. I liked it. You know what I mean? And I think that Randy and Riddle storyline, well, I guess now it is a storyline. It's got some potential. It's got some potential.
Could be. I'm just thinking about them because we all know Orton does want to kind of go back to being a heel.
Yep.
And what better way to keep having Riddle lose but make him look good in these matches?
Right? That's true. That's true. And then you can set that up so perfectly for a nice little long segment leading into WrestleMania.
Yep.
Depending on when Orton comes back. Because they are saying, I keep getting mixed reviews with that. One minute by SummerSlam, next minute they're saying he's going to be out longer. I don't know what
Well, notice WWE hasn't said anything because we don't know the lengths to the actual injury.
Well, initially, when the report came out from WWE that Randy had hurt his back or whatnot, it said it was a severe enough injury to where it would keep him out possibly up until SummerSlam or even a little bit past SummerSlam. They just don't know exactly when.
Yeah, but notice even Dave Meltzer is like, oh, he'll come back now. He'll come back now. You guys do realize we're not. No, he can't. No, I'm just saying because there are idiots that do believe this guy. Don't listen to a thing that an idiot has to say. And Meltzer, if you want to come after me, go ahead. But it's going to be a losing battle. You think corny's bad? I'm going to rip you with a rusty fish hook.
He said, "You try to come at me, it's going to be a losing battle." I know that's right, Bob. Tell him. I mean, but yeah, you know what I mean.
And also, you don't know my friend either. She will also rip you a new asshole.
Oh man, yeah, man, for sure. Like I can't get into Meltzer. I can't get into those guys in the dirt sheets and all that bullshit. I mean, and all those 5-star ratings and yeah, I, this. My thing is this, and we know this, Bob. As a wrestling fan, you don't fucking need a 5-star rating system to know what a fucking great wrestling match is.
No, and also it all varies on the individual too. Say you could like say I like Eugene versus Triple H in a at that one steel cage. I think it was at SummerSlam or it was or on Raw. Fucking loved it. You could have hated it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I always enjoyed the Eugene character though.
Yeah, I still go back and play SmackDown versus Raw 06 just to play as Eugene.
Oh, man,
I'm not gonna lie.
Classic. That's classic, man. I remember SmackDown. What was it? SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. Yeah, that one. That was good too. I think that was the first one Brock was in.
Yeah. I liked SmackDown Shut Your Mouth because that one had DDP in it.
Yeah, that Shut Your Mouth was great. I love Shut Your Mouth. I think that might have been my favorite one out of all of them for me. Because I remember, Shut Your Mouth was probably my most enjoyable one.
Now, for me, because I like GM type stuff, I'd say 06 and 07 were my go-to. If we ever meet up for a long period of time, like longer than a week, and I can find it, man, we got to find a way to record it, man. We could kind of do what like Breeze and Creed were doing with Battle of the Brands, man.
That's not impossible. I'd have to figure out how to do the gaming shit or whatever, but that's not impossible. I mean, I got a green screen. I just got to get this shit to stop fucking acting stupid. You know what I mean, I don't know what's wrong. Like earlier, I went to go put up my background and shit, and when I was backstage with Craven, and it started off okay, and then it just started getting real laggy. I don't understand it. Like I don't know what's the issue.
Yeah, I was having the same problem without a green screen. I was just trying to pull up a random one just to see what would happen because I went and got a photo of like a ring that was going to be behind me for this segment.
Right.
And it just kept lagging, so I'm like, screw it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, man. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this night's episode of Raw. It was entertaining. They did a good job. I wish we would get similar, if not better episodes like this, you know what I mean, on a more consistent basis. But you take the good shit when you get it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
you take it when you get it. So we can't complain. It was a good episode tonight. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Now, so obviously this is where we transition into a little bit of horror movie talk. So I'm gonna actually let you take it away. And what horror movie do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, to shake things up, I got something very interesting. To kind of get you a little interested in it.
Okay.
Let's not talk specific horror, but let's talk about Kane Hodder.
Okay.
And his work.
Okay.
I mean, what's your opinion on Kane Hodder as a whole when he does his horror stuff, like how he did with Jason and that? Did you enjoy it?
I like Kane Hodder a lot. I liked him obviously as Jason. I liked him in the B2K killing and stuff. I even liked his little cameo in Wishmaster as a security guard.
Yeah.
And I loved how he played himself in Jason Goes to Hell as a security guard.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And stuff like Kane Hodder's the fucking man. He's the best. He's the best. Obviously, easily the best Jason of all time. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. In my opinion,
yeah.
Anyway. He's the best Jason of all time. He captured the spirit of that character. I'm really interested to see what Hatchet is going to be because I have no doubt that Kane Hodder did a great job in that franchise. He's a really good. In my opinion, you can even say he's underrated. He doesn't get. I don't feel like he gets the love that he should in terms of being Jason and playing that role. I mean, I don't feel like he gets as much love as some of these other horror icons do. You know, like you see, even Dick Warlock to this day. You know what I mean? Massive love for playing Michael Myers, and he only just
Yep.
played one. You don't. I mean, you see people obviously, diehard Kane Hodder fans like us who know who Kane Hodder is and respect his work, but like the general like mainstream, they don't give him enough love, in my opinion.
Exactly. Also, would you be interested to hear this? That he was in a film that Danielle Harris directed called Among Friends.
I never heard about that. Is that horror?
It does fall under horror.
Okay.
It's a very interesting movie.
You said The Long Friends?
No, Among
Friends. Think that might be something I'm gonna have to turn on and watch after the stream, buddy. Amongst Friends. I like that name.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. I mean, he's not a killer in it, but he has a small part in it, and he's actually quite funny with the small part he has. She let him be himself, so you don't really get the horror vibe from him. He's more open as himself.
Right.
And he doesn't even remember saying that shit that he said in that movie. I'll tell you that now.
I seen Kane walk past me at Horror Hound. I seen him walk past me, and I'll say this. Our boy's getting up there, man. He lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of weight, like a lot of weight, man. I was shocked when I seen him. I was like, damn, man. I said, but you know what? He's getting up there. He's getting older. That's what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was hoping.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah, I'm hoping if they do a whole new Hatchet thing, I hope they can kind of put him in there for a minute or something. But I know it'll be hard to replace if he can't fill that role anymore.
Right. Well, do you think that because of his age that he won't come back for to play that role again, or what?
He might not, but hey, you can always have him as a small cameo role in there. I mean, that's what Hatchet does. You'll see a lot of people, like in the first one, you'll notice someone from Scream 3.
Okay. Nice. I can't wait for Wednesday. I'm ready to see this movie. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I've been holding out because I have been like sitting here like when I get bored and I'm like, damn, what can I watch? And I'm just like, oh yeah, I fucking watch it. No, let me wait till Wednesday. You know what I mean? I've had to catch myself and shit like that. I will say this: I'm gonna check out Amongst Friends tonight, and then early tomorrow morning I'm gonna watch Men or whatever.
Hell yeah!
Yes, I'm gonna watch that because I have my friend sent me a link, crystal clear quality, and I'm gonna check it out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it a whirl because I heard that shit is a banger, and I heard from my buddy Nate, who I used to work with and stuff. He actually commented in the stream earlier with Craven.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw him earlier in the chats.
He went to the theater and he's like, "Yo, Marcus, I'm a grown ass man." He said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, it scared the shit out of me." I was like, "Damn, that's real shit." I said, "That's what I'm looking for." You know what I mean? That's what I want. As a grown ass man, I ain't gonna lie. I want to be in here like, "Oh shit." Yo, I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? I want that feeling of being scared when I watch a horror movie.
Yeah.
Or at least highly intense, high intensity suspense. You got to give that to me.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Most movies aren't like that nowadays.
Are you going to go see The Black Phone?
Maybe not. I mean, that is quite a hike just to go see one, and with it being so iffy, I'm waiting to see someone. I think it was Kara that made the suggestion. If she sees it, she'll tell me if it was good or not, and then kind of make the assumption to go off that.
Gotcha.
Because with gas prices going up and up and up, I got to conserve how much I do spend.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. I that's another one I want to see. I've been anticipating that. And I think, obviously, it's out now. When I thought the original release date was supposed to be the 24th, but I guess did they push it forward?
No, it's still coming out Friday. They gave out press passes and shit for people to review it.
Okay, got you. That's why I was wondering. Like, wait a minute. Well, how the fuck? did we watch a movie? Fucking, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought this movie came out the 24th. I seen we watched the movie, do a video about it. I didn't watch the video, but like I seen the upload and shit like that. And I'm just like, well, wait a minute. I thought the Black Phone didn't come out till fucking the 24th. Am I missing something here? Like, I can't wait to see that movie because I'm a big Ethan Hawke fan. He's another actor who's underrated to me, and I'm interested to see how he's going to play in this role.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we have the Halloween drop when that does come out.
Right.
The
trailer.
Which I'm going to say this now to everybody that's going through trailer breakdowns and stuff. I will stop and like it, but I ain't watching it. I don't want to know anything about it.
I don't blame you. I will probably do a trailer breakdown just to let you know, so to give you a heads up. So just shoot your boy a like. Just shoot your boy a like.
I'll send it a dislike. You told me in advance I'm giving you a dislike.
Damn, don't do me like that. Don't do the algorithm like that. Oh man.
While I'm at it, I'm thumbs downing this stream too.
Well, I'll put it this way. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would actually like to do a review where I can tell everybody, guys, I can't really tell. I can't really call it because they didn't show too much. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It would really be nice, but it's not going to happen most likely. I just hope whatever
modern landscape.
I just hope that whatever they do show in the trailer isn't like. I don't want to see any of the third act. Like any of it. I mean, don't give me any of the third act, please. You got that look on your face like you know they're going to do it.
You know they are. It's the modern landscape.
It is.
Like I'm sorry, I'm with you. I don't want them to, but we all know they're going to.
Bob's just sitting there looking like, now, Marcus, you know these motherfuckers going to do this shit. I don't know why the fuck you even sitting here fucking wishing for this shit.
Yeah, it's like, come on, it's like me wishing they don't do it in 6, but we know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
we know they're going to do it.
That's true. You know something I was thinking about, man? You know, with this whole Chucky TV series thing. You ever think they might ever do a Leprechaun TV series at some point?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. As long as you don't go the WWE route and do some weird bullshit with that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of Leprechaun Returns because it wasn't Warwick Davis, but it was far better than Origins.
Right. And much to his credit, Dylan Porso didn't do a bad job.
No, not in Leprechaun Origins. No, I'll give him that.
Didn't. I was really impressed with how he played the Leprechaun. Of course, is he Warwick Davis? Absolutely not. But if we can't get Warwick Davis, I wouldn't mind him back. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind him back. I thought he did good. I enjoyed him. I did. I enjoyed him. I really enjoyed him at the beginning when he comes, and I love that they brought back Ozzy.
Yeah.
And he comes out of his stomach and he's like, Papa? I'm like, yo, shit. That gave me such Warwick Davis vibes because that's something he would say. That's something he would have said for sure. You know what I mean? I really do hope. I hope if we don't get a TV series, give me a really good solid reboot. And if you can. Now this is a thing too. Warwick, I don't know how old he is. You know what? Let me look it up now real quick. That just got me fascinated. I got to find this out. Because Warwick Davis has a son.
Yeah.
How old he is.
Hey, wait a second. No, the Leprechaun that played him in Returns was Lyndon Porco. Because the one that was Hornswoggle
that's right.
Because Hornswoggle was the one for Origins, and I had to correct Fate on that too, because he was going off with the Returns. I'm sitting there like, wait a second, that wasn't him.
Yeah, Lyndon Porso. Yeah, Lyndon Porso for Leprechaun Returns. I think I said Dylan Porso. I got his name mixed up with. Ain't Hornswoggle's real name Dylan?
Yeah, you're thinking of Origins.
That's
where
I got it mixed up.
Like
I think I got their first names mixed up. But yes, Lyndon Porso. He did a really good job.
Yeah, because Dylan was the one with Origins that was Hornswoggle, and it didn't even look like fucking Leprechaun. Oh my god. I don't even know what the fuck that thing was supposed to be.
Okay, well, he's 19 years old. I think. What's this? The same one? Yep. He has a couple. He has a couple sons, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying Warwick was 19. I was going to say, what the heck? No. He ain't that young.
No, his son Harrison's 19.
Yeah, so I was going to say it'd have to be.
He could definitely, if he would want to do it, and if they wanted to do it, he could definitely fill his dad's shoes, and
Well, maybe,
but I'd be confident. I'd be confident because I feel like Warwick Davis is especially the type of dad. If he's, with his sons being in acting, he would give them the ropes. He would show them the ropes, and I don't think the apple would fall too far from the tree.
Maybe the first film wouldn't be all too good because he has to get into that role. I mean, Warwick could coach him in that, but it'll take a while for him to get into that mindset. Because really, when you look at even Warwick Davis, like it wasn't until like the second one I liked the character of the Leprechaun.
Oh, I love the original.
Well, no, when I first saw the original, I wasn't too big on Warwick Davis's act because that was kind of the first time seeing it. Then the sequel came. Then I saw the sequel, and so okay, now he's kind of into it because now he's kind of found more of that voice.
Got you. I'm not gonna lie, man. He had me hooked from the first one, man. Just because he was so damn fucking funny, man. And then the best part is the car. The fucking yellow car driving in the middle of the street, and the cop just looks. He's like, "What the fuck?" He fucking flashes the lights. He pulls him over. My boy's like, "Aren't you a little young to be out driving at night?" No, I'm 500 years old. I'm 300 years old. Whatever the fuck he told him.
Yeah.
He's just like, "All right, smart ass." Kicks the door, and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yo." Yeah. I'm like, "Yo, he's a fucking nut." Loved Warwick Davis, man. I did not obviously like I would say this, like the first three were enjoyable for me. Obviously, the original, in my opinion, was a classic. The second and third ones wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed Vegas. I did. I was
going to say 3 was fucking comical.
Especially
when the Elvis impersonator was coming out of the limo and he's doing his little like Elvis thing.
Yep. When he fucking killed the fucking jeweler, when he killed the pawn shop manager, and he pulls out the fucking his fucking little fucking bat or whatever. He's like, I told you a terrible lie, and now you're going to die. I'm like, yo, that's my fucking dude, man. I fucking loved it. And then they did Space, and then
hey, the ending to Space was funny when they was it Space when they had him coming out and doing the leprechaun? No, it was at the end of In the Hood when they had him come out and doing the rap. That was fucking funny.
It was funny, but I give Warwick Davis a lot of credit for trying to be different and being creative and trying to find different avenues to where you could fit this character in. I give him that because he could have easily said, "No, I'm not doing this shit." Just like what? But he saw something in it in both Leprechaun in the Hood and Back to the Hood. He saw something in it that he thought he can make it work, And for the most part, it was definitely, if you're looking for a fun time to laugh and share a few good laughs, you watch those movies.
Space, In the Hood, Back to the Hood. Those are more like for good laughs. I'm not going to lie. I love seeing Ice-T and In the Hood.
I was just about to say that. I love when he fucking pulls all the weapons out of the afro.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I will say that. Like, they definitely had their moments in the sequels that even were kind of cringy, they had their moments for sure.
Yeah, actually, funny story. In one of the, I forget what the book was called that Warwick wrote, but it was kind of like a biography type thing, and he wrote. He was talking about how I don't remember if it was In the Hood or Back to the Hood off the top of my head because I can't remember the fridge scene. But when they had him in the fridge, they called cut and they completely forgot he was in the fridge. So he was stuck in there for a while.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's right. Oh man, that's real shit. Man, good shit though, man. Yeah, like I hope they do make another Leprechaun or do something with it eventually. It would be nice, especially if his son's like pretty good and you know, and if he can make the character his own, I wouldn't mind seeing him play Leprechaun and follow his dad's footsteps.
Oh my god, what if we find out the Leprechaun wasn't the only Leprechaun and he had a son?
What if they try to take the Chucky route and we have a cult of leprechauns?
I'd have some questions on that. That one would be.
I'm just saying, like, even if you don't like incorporate his son, you know what I mean? What if, you know, just a whole bunch of fucking random ass fucking leprechauns decide to join this motherfucker?
I mean, they're gonna have to explain it well because at this point he's the only one we've seen. They'll have to add some to it to explain that because it's only been this one character.
Maybe like Mr. O'Grady did, you know what I mean? In the original, we see a group of like backpackers or people who are trying to find this mythical leprechaun in gold. You know what I mean? What if they do find it, but it's obviously a lot more gold than just one leprechaun's gold. And then obviously, you know, they follow him back, much like Leprechaun did. You know, he was able to sneak himself into O'Grady's, you know, shit. Like, I always thought that was a little slick way, you know what I mean, to incorporate how the hell he made it back there with him with old man O'Grady snuck in his fucking suitcase.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, good stuff. I love when he's fucking sitting there impersonating, doing the wife's voice. He's like, where did you hide it, Dad? Did you leave it in the side of the house? Tell me where you put it. And he's just like, how did you find me? He's just like, we people have magical ways.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, he is so good. He fucking nailed that leprechaun part. Like he did. He nailed that role. Nailed it. And it fucked me up when I was watching Harry Potter one time, and then like I had to look at him real good, you know what I mean? And I'm like, holy shit, that's Warwick Davis, that's Leprechaun. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Definitely a legend in his own. He's another one who doesn't get enough credit.
No.
He's another one.
But then again, he's been in some big things, but you look at Vern Troyer more. I mean, Vern Troyer's been in a lot of main, like, big stay movies, and he gets a lot of the acknowledgement. I mean, look at that.
The Austin Powers set him straight for life.
Yeah, Mini-Me, he was also in that one that Mike Myers did, too, later on, The Love Guru.
Yeah, that's right. Also, he had that show on UPN, Shasta McNasty.
Yep,
Shasta McNasty with Gary Busey's son. Or whatever, and a couple other actors and stuff like that. I'd never forget that because I watched the first couple seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I think whose girlfriend was it? I think it was Gary Busey's son's girlfriend. And he banged out.
Yeah.
Fucking Vern Troyer. Oh, you gotta love him. Miss him. Definitely miss Vern Troyer.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, man. All right, buddy. We're going to wrap it up a little bit early tonight. I mean, just probably call it early night or whatnot. It's going on. It's already about 1:10 or whatnot and stuff like that. Going to end the stream a little bit early tonight. But anybody who did tune into the chat and stuff, thank you for all your support. Greatly appreciate you guys sticking around. And we're going to catch you guys for next Monday's edition of episode 3 of Monday Night Mayhem. Catch you guys later. I shot him 6 times.